My fellow Americans, it is a time of sorrow, but a time of pride. Our former leader, Abraham Lincoln, has been shot. However, we cannot mourn his death forever. It is a time for Americans to come together and rebuild. We have undergone a bloody civil war, one that, in my opinion, we have lost. It was not a war of America versus an oppressor. It was a war of brothers. Thus, no one is won. All throughout history, civil wars have been fought, yet kingdoms have become greater for it. Take England, a country that once was the controller of pretty much the world. Britain underwent a civil war, and yet Parliament came on top. Now, Parliament still had a ways to go before it became the democracy that it is today, thanks to America. But now America has undergone a civil war, and I believe that America will be better for it. I have simple policies as I am a simple man. One of them, of course, being that the African Americans should be able to vote, should be able to live in peace. There are organizations of terror, such as the Ku Klux Klan and many others, that will have you convinced that the African Americans are a blight upon our country. However, they are not. They are simple people who want to live their lives in the greatest country available. In all honesty, they remind me of the Pilgrims. They have escaped oppression. Now they just want to be free. I say let them. However, it will be a long time before anyone truly admits to them. Such amendments as Amendment number 13 and some more to come, such as 14 and 15, have said that they are free. But there are still some that don't treat them like that. Well, to them I just say, let them be free. They are no different from you and I. For even the Constitution says that all men are created equal under God. I believe that. Now, another thing that is very important is, of course, the rebuilding of the South. I briefly mentioned this earlier. However, the South has lost and lost again. The first loss, of course, when it had seceded from the Union. The second loss, military conquest. However, we will rebuild. All countries have to go through a period of strife before they can become great. America has just went under one of the greatest strifes a country can ever possibly face. Yet it has become better. To those of the South that seceded and led the secession, I say this. Those of you who were in Congress before will never be allowed to return to Congress. I will not allow it. I believe that the other Congress members will not allow it. However, the soldiers and the generals who fought, nothing will happen to you. No crime will come. The reason being, of course, is that you fought for your ideals and your family, which is a very noble thing to do. While I disagree with what you were fighting for, you still defended your families, and that is very honorable. That being said, America is a great country, and it will only become greater. However, we have a period of time to go before that happens. We must rebuild. We must succeed. And I believe that we will. If for nothing else than for America. The greatest country ever. The first country that had a democracy. And I believe that we can continue on in our goals and being just a great country. I have many more ideals. However, they are still under work. Whether or not I am elected president, I will still go and help with the reconstruction of the South. There are some Northerners who go down there and buy land. As I am told, they are known as carpetbaggers. However, I don't agree with that either. I say that you should pay full price. Under my leadership, America will become that great nation it once was. Under my leadership, I promise that I will do everything within my power to not only help African Americans, but to help all people. In my opinion, I don't see black and white, Confederate or North. North or South, Union, Confederacy, black or white. I don't see it. What I see is Americans. And America is the greatest country. This is Brendan Kossak. Hopefully your next president. Good night, America.